That snaps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon, you want one quick question? We can't ask Rashad questions.
I'm tripping. I'm tweaking. Rest in peace, Angie Stone, bro. We about to look at some of the performances from the Angie Stone service today. It was in Austell, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta, home to Six Flags at Word of Faith Family Cathedral Center. This is the church that I grew up going to with my mom. So yeah, shout out to Word of Faith. I did not know they were hosting this service. They also hosted the service for Wanda, Atlanta radio legend, next to Frank Ski for so many years. In the morning, Wanda and Frank Ski in the morning. It's kind of like a dynamic duo. She obviously had that viral moment with Cat Williams, which was kind of like a lot of people brought that up again and stuff. But rest in peace, Wanda, as well. That service was at Word of Faith. So I love my church, the church that I grew up in. I don't go to that church no more. I go to Darius Daniels Church. I go to Change Church over there in Gwinnett. But salute to the hometown as always. Word of Faith. Luis, what up? All right, anyways. Let me listen to this. It's Keke Wyatt singing. So the daughter, granddaughter, and son, they had the courage to speak. Yeah, gotta salute this every time I see it, bro. When the kids talk, always gotta salute that. Here we go. Here's Keke Wyatt singing. Shout out Keke Wyatt. I seen her in my first internship when I was in college. Nice person. And good friend of Angie Stone's.
Y'all want the rest? Oh, I say, because,
Come on, Keke.
thank you, Jesus. Oh,
Yeah. Come on. Why you sing, Keke? Come on, Keke. Come on, Keke. Come on, Keke. Where's his eyes, Keke? Where's his eyes? Where's his eyes, Keke? And you know what? What do you know? What do you know, Keke? Let me know. Take your time. Take your time.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
When it's real, it's just real.
Mm-hmm. Come on. It's not linear.
For I know. Thank you, Jesus. He watches. He watches. He watches.
They was cutting up, boy. They was cutting up, boy. This how you go. Hey, this how you go. This how you tribute somebody, man. She did this at the service. Not the BET Award, not the Soul Train Award, not the. She did this at the service in the church. That's how you honor your friend. That's how you go out, man. Goodness gracious. This how you go up. She sang that song. I ain't never heard somebody sing it like that. Come on, Keke. All right, who is this? The Braxtons.
Since I started
This Musiq. Good person. Friend of the channel.
Together called The Ingredients of Love. She was one of the first artists that I worked with And the energy that she had at the time was so magnetic. I didn't know if she was my mama, my sister, my homegirl. Like, it was just so much all at once. And I was really drawn to that energy because, I grew up in Philly. Philly is really hard and I had a hard upbringing. So I didn't have a lot of positive female interactions like that, Yeah, I had sisters and cousins and things like that, but I've never experienced female energy so pure and raw, and then for it to be creative as well. And we were just bouncing off of, the whole music thing, exchanging vibes, and to learn later on how long she has been doing it before then. We're talking about 2000, so she's been at it about almost 20 years since then.
Yeah.
So to track that all the way up till today, that is a long arc to be contributing to a culture of music that we all grew up generations in, that I don't think is really being fully acknowledged.
Shout out Musiq, bro. For sure. Shout out Drummer Boy.
Get one of those like you.
No, you don't want this.
Why? You don't.
You want this.
Oh God, I can't do that. See, she's a baby. Like I tell you, she's in. But people need to know. Hey, Stan, don't walk out of the building. I'm not.
Don't you walk out, wanna know.
See there? Do that again.
Nah.
Because I don't think you. Meanwhile, back in the range.
Yes, back in the range.
Okay. We're about to do this play. Preacher's Kid Resurrection.
Yes.
It's coming. Easter weekend. Who wrote it? Stan Foster.
The Stan.
The Stan Foster. Stan Foster. He's written so much. It was such a big hit on TV. Oh,
Yes.
TV once again. Only this time. They want it live. It's called Pay Per View.
Hallelujah.
Ching, 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 ching,
Hallelujah.
ching. Yes, sir. We're going to do that, baby. Come on down and see us at the box.
As Jermaine Dupri said, like, a lot of this, like, the drop off in singers, like singers, it's like kids don't be in church. Kids don't be in church. You could tell, obviously, from these two, from just this clip, and this 1 minute and 4 second clip, these two was in the church heavy. And you seen how Keke sang that song, man. I ain't never seen that song being sung like that in my life. Not in no church service, not on Lauryn Hill, the sister act, whoever's singing it. Whitney Houston, I never heard a song like that in my life, bro. And I think it all stems from, like, folks grew up in the church. It was in the church. Put your kids in church, man. Let's get some kids that can sing again. Sing though. All right, here's Tim LeMan. This is from I'm gonna make sure I give the person the credit. They got that logo up here. Nora Bonds and Jen Leon uploaded it. Shout out Jen Leon. Where's she at? She in Atlanta. Shout out Jen Leon. I'm shouting you out. So don't be tweaking. Here we go.
I'm all churched out.
Come on, Tamala. I'm sorry, I had to skip through that because the stream could have been taken down with that. That's the actual song. She's singing the song. I don't know his eyes on the sparrow, but the way that Keke was doing it, it was such a impromptu kind of improv way and everything like that you could have went around it. This one with the rules say I'm playing with it, so they could have shut down this whole thing. But anyways, ain't none. If you want to watch it, Jen Leon, I'll let y'all watch it. Whatever, I'll put the link in the description and things like that, and we'll go from that. Shout out Tyler Perry. Shout out Getty Images for getting this as well. For just calling out the industry for, like, she shouldn't have to work the way that she was working at the end. She would have got the money that she was deserved from the beginning. Once again, man, rest in peace to Angie Stone. My brother, my brother. That's one of like my favorite songs ever growing up and stuff like that. But revisiting this song after hearing the news of her tragic passing, it's just like the message in it is so beautiful. And it's like something that we could really use at a time like this, in an age of the social media gender wars and the age and era of podcasts and just kind of arguing like men and women, Fresh and Fit being one of the more kind of, I don't know, iconic is the word, but one of the more notable podcasts of the generation, right? And it's just a bunch of dudes with opinions that hate women in a room with women who are willing to hear a bunch of dudes who they know hate women just yell at them, and they yell at each other back and forth about who's better, who's worse. In that era, in that time, we could use a song like My Brother, and not just a song created, right? Because there have been songs talking about how they love black men, how black women love black men. There are songs, shout out Wale, Black Girl Magic. That's one of my favorite joints, like 2020 and stuff like that. There are songs from black men talking about how much they love black women, but a song with some billboard and commercial success the same way that Angie Stone's My Brother, if we can get a joint like that to become that popular and that successful, I think that's something the generation can really use. Because the more that we are divided with topics that don't even matter, at the end of the day, I feel like we're just wasting time. And I think that's one thing that we can learn from Angie Stone. Another thing, always speak out. She spoke out about what she was dealing with. She pulled the curtain from beyond, and she let people know what she was dealing with like labels and UMG and stuff like that. And now we know. Now we know it's not something that we're in the dark about of like, oh, this and that. Like, why was Angie on the road so often this spring? Why was she going from Mobile, Alabama to this part of Mississippi and driving the shuttle all the way to Atlanta to catch a flight to go to Baltimore to perform at the SAIC tournament, you know what I'm saying? Not the CIA tournament. You know what I'm saying? Why was that necessary? Why was she doing that in her 60s? Why is Earth, Wind, and Fire still touring in their 70s, 80s? You know what I'm saying? Why is Stevie Wonder still touring right now in his 80s? Like, you can say it's love, right? I watched Frankie Beverly's last show in Atlanta last year, and Frankie was like, I believe he was dealing with Parkinson's and stuff like that at the time. And, God rest his soul, Frankie Beverly, a legend in music and stuff like that, a pioneer in music. But it was like, Frankie was in such bad shape, he could barely move. He was like in his late 70s, going to his 80s if he wasn't already in his 80s. And it's like, why does Frankie Beverly need to tour? And I understand it was like one last dance and we give him his flowers and he smells his flowers and stuff, but he didn't need to be on the road doing them shows, man. And like Shaka Khan and the bars were opening for him. And Shaka was like turning 72. Like her 73rd birthday was like the next day. And she was dancing and, touring, doing Shaka Khan stuff. And it's like, our legends don't need to be moving at that type of pace in their 70s, in their 80s. I understand doing shows because it's what you love. It keeps you going. It gives you purpose and all of these things. But a lot of the reason why these artists tour at these ages, once again, I'm going back to Childish Gambino because I just consume a lot of Childish Gambino content. But he said one of the reasons why he was retiring the entire Childish Gambino character and moniker and all of those things is because he said he didn't want to be in the 60s performing Bonfire, where he has goofy punchlines like made to be different. Casey Anthony, like, you know what I'm saying? Like he don't want to be doing that when he's an older man. And when I see this, it's like, it's great for the consumer. I get a chance to see this legend. I get a chance to see this legend. At the same token, it's also like, why is this legend doing 30 to 50 dates in the spring through the summer? why is this legendary act in their 60s, 70s performing more shows than Cash Cobain in 2025? Their bodies can't handle that. I don't care how great shape you in and how your spirit and this and that. No. And I'm so glad that Angie gave us the look behind the curtain for that in real time on Instagram Live, and people recorded that so they could post it shortly after her tragic kind of ending and stuff like that, right? And I'm also glad that Tyler Perry said the obvious at the service, because a lot of people will avoid the elephants in the room and the obvious at the service just for the sake of everybody's comfort. We already heard it at the time. Let's keep it real, because if we keep it real, we can help prevent this from happening in the future at the time that it happened. It's all inevitable, right? But it's like, this didn't have to happen when it did happen. If folks wasn't on the road traveling for hours long, you know what I'm saying, on freeways and interstates and everything, like, this might not be a situation where a 68-year-old is still performing 3 shows in 4 nights. You know what I'm saying? It's just stuff like that, bro. So I don't know, just some food for thought. Rest in peace, Angie Stone, once again, one of the pioneers, a hip-hop pioneer for sure, and R&B soul legend. So I appreciate you so much, Angie Stone. Thank you for all the art that you left with us here on this earth. We will appreciate it. Rest in peace, Roy Ayers as well. Everybody loves the sunshine. And yeah, man, that's it. You all take care of yourselves. Y'all have a great weekend. Y'all be safe. Caleb Wilson had his memorial in Baton Rouge today. And then tomorrow, in a few hours, actually, he's going to be doing the family, the estate, they're doing the funeral for him in Kenner, which is just up the road from me. I'm debating whether or not I want to Uber there and all that and stuff. I don't know if I want to go up there in a situation like that, Uber, spend a bunch of money, get footage on my cell phone and kind of just use it for content, but also like, it's history, it's historic. You kind of want to document it. So I'm going back and forth about it. I might just kind of stay in my lane, stay home and stuff like that. I don't want to get too close with conflict of interest with business and stuff like that, because then my job will, oh, Rashad, what you doing? You know, when you get too much motion, you're, oh, Rashad, what you doing? You look like you about to break free. Yeah, it's like, man, I can't be successful out of work. I thought you wanted me to be successful. Anyways, you guys take care of yourselves. I'm going to get off while I get in trouble. Y'all have a great weekend. I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Everything like that. Y'all enjoy the basketball this weekend. Y'all stay safe. Whoop, whoop. Enjoy the weather. It's warming up outside. Until next time. Peace out.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
Brandon, we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.